Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew Davis, and continuing with the 30 teams review for the 2014 MLB season, staying in the National League East, next is the New York Mets. Looking at the Mets head coach, manager Terry Collins still with the New York Mets. Key pickups: Bartolo Colon and Curtis Granderson. Key losses: nothing, because the team didn't really have any star players that were lost to begin with. Um, Keys to this upcoming season for the New York Mets. Obviously, the pickup of Curtis Granderson from the New York Yankees was a huge, huge pickup for the Mets. They needed another star player accompanying David Wright. Um, Now, I like Curtis Granderson as a player. I do like him. I just don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is. Looking at his numbers, okay? Home runs wise, he's going to hit home runs. There's no doubt about it. He's going to steal bases, no doubt about it. But the problem with him is he is a home run and stealing base kind of guy. He doesn't really hit for hits. He goes for power. So my concern is Mets. Well, Citi Field is obviously bigger than what Curtis Granderson usually plays in over in Yankee Stadium, unless you hit it into the right porch there, which he does tend to do over in New York. Um, Citi Field is bigger. It is way bigger. My only question is, can Curtis Granderson still get to that home run, the high home run power that he's used to? I don't think he can. He'll still do good this season. I just don't think he's going to be as good as everyone thinks he is coming to obviously going over to the Mets. Bartolo Colon, former Oakland Athletics starting pitcher, had a great season last year. He needs to continue that success. I think he can do it. Because really, as of now, because looking at the injuries so far for the New York Mets over this offseason, Matt Harvey is injured. Johan Santana is injured. Because of this, Bartolo Colon is expected to start opening day for the New York Mets. I don't see Bartolo Colon being a number one starter, but I think he can handle it. I think he can do perfectly fine behind him, because Bartolo Colon to some people does not sound like a good option for the first starter. I understand this. Now, just listen to who's behind him in the rotation right now. Jonathan Niese, Zack Wheeler, Dylan Gee, and Henry Maggia. Okay. Evaluating this. Henry Maggia wasn't even on the Mets last year. He was in Double-A. I can tell you that right now because he came up at the very, very end of last season for the Mets, and he stayed in the bullpen. He didn't even start. Dylan Gee, he was a bright spot last year for the Mets. They still have him fourth. I think he should be above Zack Wheeler, but I don't think it's going to matter anyway. Jonathan Niese, he's okay. I don't think he's as good as everyone would think. I don't think anybody thinks he's that great anyway, but that's just me. I think Bartolo Colon is a good choice for the first start just because of who's behind him. Ike Davis at first base. He is one of the surprise players that I'm picking this season to be a star. I think he will make the All-Star team as a starter at first base in the All-Star game, and I think he will definitely hit more than 35 home runs for the Mets this season. He's had some good seasons, but this is the year where he breaks out. It's time. He can't keep staying where he is. He needs to excel. He's expected to hit a lot of home runs. He's going to hit a lot of home runs this season. And he has to limit the strikeouts. The strikeouts were a huge issue for him and the Mets in general this past season. Overall review of the New York Mets. I see them finishing in last, 5th place in the National League East. Reason being, the injuries that have already been sustained in the offseason to the starting pitchers for the Mets. Johan Santana, obviously a huge, huge deal. Matt Harvey, a huge, huge deal. Now this team overall, because I haven't even talked about David Wright that much. I don't think he's going to do that well this year. I think this is going to be a very, very off season for him. And that's pretty much the main reason. The starting pitchers that are already injured, and the fact that David Wright won't be as good this season. He will have a pretty bad season for his standards overall. And that is my 2014 team review for the New York Mets. Thank you.